You can't stop me.
Who
Oh,
would
sorry.
do
I
that?
can't get up there. I'm almost disappointed. I did so
Corrallus,
much.
you have an arrow stuck in the side of your head.
This is
Oh,
bridge
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
we
bad
have
idea.
In the game now, right?
Oh,
snap.
that looks great.
Actually, with invisibility, it's.
I'm really
Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. So last episode we finally got this thing done. We've been working on it for quite some time and I talked about taking a break from that. And do you know what, a lot of you wanted just to see me continue with the project, and loads of you had some really great ideas as well. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to go finish off the tube today. Just killing these slimes, they're kind of distracting. But yeah, some of you had some great ideas as well, so I wanted to talk about that. Then we're going to go and work on the tube, and then maybe we'll come back here after we've done some work over there, because yeah, we need to get this ready for when people come down. And that's another reason I want to do the tube. It would be a good idea to have our transport system finished so people can actually get over here with some ease. So we're definitely going to be working on that. But first of all, just wanted to talk about some of the ideas you guys shared with me. And there was a really great one which was suggested by a couple of people, which is to use the pumpkins that drop from the mobs as a scoring system. So if we wanted to make it a little bit competitive while we're down here, we could say, you know, the person who gets the most pumpkins from the mobs, i.e. the pumpkins being the equivalent of kills, yeah, they'd like win a prize or something. So that's one great idea. Another commonly suggested thing was to deploy the mobs differently. Some people didn't like the way they all dropped down in one group from the ceiling, and that is kind of primitive. It would be nice to have a better way of deploying them, and I thought that maybe we could bring some of the mobs down to the back of the arena and have a couple of doors that open on this side. But again, that's going to be a lot of work, and I just want to get things ready for the actual, I don't know what we're going to call it, event when people come down here and play. So we don't have too much to do for that. We just got to build the rooms around the sides, and then it's kind of ready. But a lot of people said they weren't too keen on the way the ceiling looked, and that maybe we should put something in like a full ceiling made out of blue wool and white wool for clouds, something like that. And another suggestion was to build some caves in the sides of the arena, which I thought was a good idea, but because we're working with a circle, you wouldn't really go into the cave because it'd kind of be like a dead end, so it wouldn't get used, although it would have like an aesthetical value having a cave, you know, to look at, but I'm not too sure about that. But anyway, we're going to go work on the tube. We'll come back to the arena later, and I think in the future we're still going to be working on this a lot, because there's certainly a lot of ideas that we can implement in this place, and also we've got the dungeon down below as well, and that's a whole nother project as well. So I'm just gathering some supplies together to go and work on the tube, and we actually finished building the tube. It's the station that we're now working on, the station at the very end. And the other day I recorded a clip when I went enchanting. You can see I've repaired all of my armour. Just want to show you that in a moment. And while I was over there enchanting, I found that doing the old technique of making new picks and mixing them with these ones, or crafting them with that, I don't know why I said mixing, but yeah, I find that just to be really time consuming and quite wasteful of diamonds, when now you can repair them with the anvil. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. I'm just going to take these over there and repair them with the anvil. I also crafted myself an efficiency 5 pick, and I want to use that when just doing regular building, because I haven't really done that before. Yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I made an efficiency 5 pick, but I can't remember what I used it on. But yeah, I just want to see if there's much difference. So we're going to go put this pick back over in our building picks, but I've noticed that this is becoming slightly redundant now, this little area, because I don't really use any of these picks because I just keep repairing them with the anvil. So I might rethink this area at some point, but at the moment we should just focus on what we're doing. So anyway, I've got a clip to show you. I was on my way to the Enderman farm to do some recording, and I looked over here and I saw the trading post, and I thought, you know what, I've got to come and check this out, see if anything's changed. And I've done some recording over here to find out that my microphone was not selected to record with. I've just put a new hard disk into my computer and it's messed up my sound settings somehow, so I sorted that out, and I recorded it all again to find out that the microphone I do record with was muted. So I finally got things fixed. Anyway, there's been a couple of new stalls added. I'm not sure what I actually showed you last time we were here. We've got iron spoons over there. Corralis's one is new as well. And if we jump down here, Got my one here, Assassins and King Daddy D-Max. Now this is awesome. He's built a really big one, and look at this building style. Look at the materials he's used. I think it's really cool. We've got alternating iron blocks and sandstone, and they look pretty cool next to each other. And then he's put iron bars in front of all of this, and yeah, I was blown away when I first came in here. I think it looks really good, and he's used torches for lighting as well. But he's basically doing the same thing that I am, just enchanting tons of iron stuff and then offering it up for diamonds. So I've got some competition, and I don't really have the time to enchant that much iron stuff at the moment, so I think he's going to have the market for now. But anyway, I also checked out mine, and I was really surprised to see that someone had actually brought my stuff, because I opened this chest and there's a load of iron in it, and all of these chests over here have been emptied, so someone's been buying my stuff, which is cool. And then this one over the end here, I opened, I didn't expect to see this, but I Am Spoon has given me a non-magical diamond in exchange for my magical stick, which was really nice of him. So yeah, that's a pretty good exchange, a stick for a diamond. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to head over to the Enderman farm and do some enchanting. So here we are at the station, and the last time that I was here working on this was quite some time ago. And now that I come back here, I've picked up on a couple of things. First of all, we need some lighting in here because this is quite gloomy, and I don't think I had any plans for lighting. And the other thing is, I probably overthought this. This is literally just a station. It doesn't need to be a work of art. We just need to walk into here, press a button, get in a minecart and go. So yeah, it doesn't need to be anything too special, does it? Anyway, I've had a few ideas about how we can connect the entrance to the station. I think what we should do is build another section, so we have one of these just here, and make that make that where the wall is, and then we could copy that on the other side, so we get rid of all of this and just have it so that the wall starts here, and then it would be even, which I like. So when you walk into the room, everything's even. There doesn't need to be much in here other than a button to press to get a minecart and maybe a backup chest. So I think this will go lower down as well. We'll bring this down by 1 block. I'm not sure why. I thought it would be a good idea to have it higher. I guess you could still just click on the minecart anyway, so it's just something to do to be different. Maybe we could keep it at that height. But yeah, I'm going to start off by rebuilding this wall and getting rid of this one, and then building another section of the tube. So I ran out of iron bars, and I remembered I had some iron in the chest that I forgot to pick up around here. And check this out. Under closure until further notice, B. Now, I at first thought that would be like generic B. This would be the kind of thing that he would do, but of course generic's at Minecon. So this is Biffer. I'm pretty sure this is Biffer, and he's decided to close up all of the trading stalls. I'm still going to break into my one and grab my iron, but yeah, what is he up to this time? Last time he held everyone's bases for ransom, and now he's stopping people from trading. What is this guy like, eh? But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. He hasn't closed off Corellis's one though, which is interesting. Okay, I built this little section that comes out to here. Need to put a redstone lamp there, and I've started putting the wall on the side. Now it's a little bit bland at the moment, but I was just looking at this bit here, and we're going to have grass coming down onto this bit, and then possibly at this level here as well. Now I put some blocks like that. I thought maybe having it sticking out wouldn't look too bad, but it does. So I thought that I would just go with the half slabs like this, which looks okay. But then we're probably going to be using too many of them. So what I want to do next is kind of get a break going from these slabs. Now, what I could do is use nether brick and just have it go up the side of this, then go around to there. I think that could look good. And then we could have the nether brick go underneath the slabs as well. Yeah, that looks really nice. One thing I've got to say though, it's just slabs and nether bricks, so we need one more material in here to mix things up. I'm not sure what. Obviously stone bricks, that would be a good material to go with these. And I think the place to do that is on the floor. I think this is going to look nice and clean, having these slabs and nether brick next to each other on the walls, and then when we get to the floor it just needs to be broken up a bit. Now just looking at how this connects, we've got stone bricks on the floor here, so that would go really well. It would just continue with stone bricks all the way into the room, so I think that's going to work. Okay, that definitely works. I really like that. I'm not too keen on it in here. I liked how it looked with slabs before, but you know what, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. And now what I'm thinking is we need some lighting in here because it's still very moody, and I don't think the place to do it is on the walls because we're going to break up our pattern. Well, it's not a pattern, but this flow that we've got going on with the nether brick. And do you know what, I might put the nether brick just across here as well. Why don't we do that now quickly, just see what that looks like. Yeah, that works for me. I'm going to do that on the other side. We'll repeat the same thing on the other side. We'll have the same size of room. Then we might have to do something different with this space here on that wall. I'm not sure what that would be, but yeah, we'll have to improvise. So about the lighting, I was thinking that we're not going to put it on the walls, and we'll take a change from putting it in the ceiling. That's a common thing to do. Why don't we put it in the ground? It would break up this kind of dark grey that we got going on with the stone bricks. And yeah, I don't have any glowstone with me, so gonna go on a trip back to the base for that. Or actually, I'm gonna go look over at the trading post and see if there's any there first. Unfortunately, there wasn't any at the trading post. And what is with that flickering torches? That is such a strange bug. So anyway, I had to take the really annoying journey all the way back to base to pick up something that I should have brought along with me anyway. And yeah, I've placed my first redstone lamp in the ground. I put it 2 blocks from either wall, and because it's free from this one, it just doesn't sit right. So what I think I'm going to try is 1 block away from the wall, so I have 1 there, put 1 in this corner here, and then do the same thing over on this side. I need to build the walls so they're the same as this bit. And I was just looking at the shape of the room as I came down from up there. We're going to need an ender pearl. And yeah, you've got this part of the room, then you've got this that sits in the middle, and then you've got this space on the side here. And do you know what I think I'm going to do? Is just create a wall along the side here, and then have it so you can't even get to this side of the room, but it's still there anyway. And I just think that'll look nicer when you come down into it. Although when you right click to get out of your minecart, it might put you on the ground either side. So we'll have to see what happens there. Not sure what I would do in that case. Maybe we'll just level it off at this height here. Actually, that's a really good idea. Oh, there's something else we're going to need. We should have some steps somewhere to get up there, because sometimes you'll want to walk it. Actually, I can't think of any reason to walk it. I'm just so used to doing that, I guess it feels like there should be an option to do that. So yeah, anyway, I think what we'll do is level it off on this side, maybe with stone bricks like this. I think that could look good. So yeah, I'm going to build those walls and we'll see what it looks like. Look at this! A ghast spawned inside here. There should be no place for it to do that at all, but somehow it has found a way. And there we go. I think it didn't cause any damage because it was just shooting at me over here, and there was no glass or anything for it to destroy. But yeah, I have no idea where that would have spawned. Alright, this is looking really nice. Very clean look that we got going on here. It is a little bit bland. It does need something else to it, but I have a couple of ideas. And also I've mimicked what we have here. You can see it looks different on this side. I've mimicked that here as well. It goes back all the way to the stairs as well, and that looks really nice. It kind of gives it a transition into this room here. Now what I'm thinking at the moment is, first of all, we need something going on with the ceiling, and I'm not sure what exactly it is we're going to do there. I think this is what's going to cause the most problem, the way this lines up with the ceiling, but we might end up with like the ceiling at one height and then it'll slope down on this side here. I think that's what's going to happen. So as well as that, I've had another thought as well, which is to change the wall on this side so that it has 2 blocks in the corner here instead of 1, so it'd make it look a little neater, although it really doesn't. I don't think it's going to make too big a difference, but what I like the idea of it doing was having the nether bricks 1 block back, so you'd have this bit kind of hanging out and then the nether brick going back behind it, and then that could continue under here. But I don't think that's going to be necessary anymore. Now that I've built both sides, it looks really good like this, so I think that's just something that I'm going to try once we finish the room and just see what it would have looked like, because I'm pretty sure I won't go with it. So what I want to focus on next is this bit here. We need something to be on the opposite side of this, and I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. Probably a pattern using a few different block types. Okay, this is looking cool. I really like this. So what I've done here is I've changed the wall at the back. I wanted to, I don't know, bring out the side of this more, and maybe the top as well, although I think the ceiling is going to be at this height here. But that's, I don't know, I think it's made the right difference, and I've just noticed I've missed out some nether brick over on this side. That is going to look so much better once we put that in. Let's see, we've got enough. There you go, that does look a lot better. And this room is really, it's really clean, where you could say bland. I just really like how it's these two materials, with the exception of the floor, and it's just nice and clean looking. Now we're going to need some lighting at the back here as well. We've got to work that in. And then for the bit that's opposite the entrance, I've just gone with iron, and that looks really nice. Again, it's just so clean and it fits in really well. So I'm happy with how that's turned out. This is really coming together quite quickly. And the next thing to do is the ceiling. Now I was thinking of having the ceiling at this height here, but what I'd like to do, I think, is actually have a glass ceiling. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to see what's above here. But what we could do is just have another trim of nether brick going across and around to that bit there, and then have the top made out of glass, and then we can have some stone bricks for the last bit here. Okay, this room is now done. It looks really nice. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. And yeah, there's not much more to say than that. It's it's good, yeah. And it's linked up to this bit here, so don't have to worry about ghasts anymore. Speaking of which, when I was doing the roof here, I had so many attack me. It was literally like one after the other. There must have been about 10 in a row that started firing at me, but that ordeal's over now. This room's finished, and what I wanted to do next was this bit right here with the dispenser in the minecart, but I don't have any pad rails or any rails at all with me, and probably not enough redstone, so I think the next thing that we should do is go and get all of those rails and lay them down. We've got a lot of track to lay down. I need to do some testing with the powered rails as well, and yeah, that's going to take me a bit of time, but when we get to the end here I'll have some powered rails left over, and we can make this bit here. So I've filled up my ender chest and my inventory full of rails. I've got a feeling that that's going to be enough, but we'll see. And first of all, I've started testing this. I've been laying down pad rails. First of all, I went for putting them every other one would have pad rails, which works really well. Going uphill, of course, downhill it doesn't really matter too much, but then what I tried up here is having two in between each one, and this does work, but the problem is you slow down a lot right at the last bit, so it makes the overall journey slower. So that didn't seem like a good idea, but I'll show you it anyway. Let's come down to here. So first of all, we're going to go up, there we go, go up ones where it's every other one. You can see that journey's fine, and then when you have two in between you slow down right before the pad rail, and so I don't think it's worth doing it that way. It's cheaper, but it's slower. So I'm going to continue placing down these powered rails up to the next bit, and then we've got some more testing to do. Oh dear, I've just placed these all the way to the top, and as I got up there I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I accidentally missed one, and on the way back down here I've seen that I've placed two powered rails next to each other, so I've got to go and replace all of that. Okay, I've placed down the next bunch of pad rails, and this seems to work really well. What I've done here is I've put 20 blocks in between each one, and it feels like you slow down just a little bit before you hit the next pad rail, but it makes it really easy to do because you just press F3 and you move along 20 blocks and place down the next one. And what I also liked is that it lines up perfectly. Now at the other end where the track goes up one block, the powered rail is here, and then at this end as well it's one block before the next bit, so that pleases me. Goddamn OCD as they call it. Oh, and I've put two of these next to each other. Well, that's something that I'm going to have to correct, and that throws out the next thing that I thought was really nice, is that this bit lined up here, but apparently it doesn't now, so that is something that we're going to have to change. Alright, this bit here has been fixed, and next we have the diagonal track. Now, if you remember in a previous video, someone said if you have 3 powered rails in a row and then a diagonal track, you won't lose momentum on the diagonal track. Now, I've been looking forward to finding out if that's true or not, so let's place down this minecart, and let's get in it and go. And how are we going to measure this? Obviously, visually we might be able to see. It does feel like we're slowing down. Let's look at the coordinate numbers. That's a good way of seeing. It seemed like we went a long way, but it definitely felt like we slowed down as well. I think what I'll do is I'll make the track longer and do some observations when I'm not recording it. It's a lot easier to concentrate that way. So yeah, we'll find out in a moment. So I'm trying to do some testing and these annoying guys are getting in my way. And do you know what? Totally forgotten about placing half slabs down on the top of this. I think I might save that for another day. But these guys have got to go. They're so annoying. I hope there's none behind me because I didn't check. Anyway, doing it like this makes these nice and easy to fight. Right, now I can continue with my testing, although if there's more pigmen up ahead they might be aggro as well. So the pre-powered rails thing was a load of nonsense. I think the trouble with testing it was that you slowed down slowly, so you kind of got used to going slower, but what I did is put tracks going all the way to the end of the diagonal section, and I got all the way over to the other side, but I was going very slowly by then, so I decided to put down tracks like this, and I thought we'd ride across it quickly. Well, actually that's kind of boring, isn't it? But yeah, you can see this is how it's going to work. Okay, I shan't bore you with the details of the last parts of the tunnel, but it's all set up and it all works, which is great. And it goes all the way down to the end here as well. So what I think we should do next is have a little bit of a time lapse and take a journey on the tube. So there we go, the journey from the tube all the way over here is about 2 minutes long, and that's really not too bad at all. I can't believe I haven't got this done sooner, but that is like pretty much the tube finished. We need to do the station at either end, and I don't think I'm going to have time to do the one at this end today. I want to go over there and do the one at the other end first, and I think what I'm going to do is grab myself a load of slabs and do all of this on the way over there, because those pigmen are really going to annoy me. But I did just have an idea for the station at this end. I'm not too sure what I wanted to do, but this is a possibility. If we had pistons underneath here, we could pull these down. Now I don't know if this is going to work, but if we had rails on them like this and they were one block lower, then they would go up like this, and then when we push the block underneath, would it then go flat again and the tracks stay connected? Now if it were to do that, I think what would be a cool idea to do is to have a button where these go down, then this is a dispenser. It dispenses the minecart onto the track and it powers it, off you go, and then a few moments later the pistons extend again, so it'd be kind of like a hidden minecart dispenser. Well, it's not really hidden, is it? I don't know, I can't think of a name for that on the spot, but that would be a cool idea. So yeah, we'll save that for another episode. I'm going to go grab my half slab all of this track, and then we'll work on the station at the other end. So I'm going to stop half slabbing now because I've been looking at this and do you know what, I think it looks so ugly now we've got these big slabs in the middle of it. It was nice and spacious before, and it's kind of fair to say though when you're going through in the minecart it's not going to be a big deal. So what I thought I'd do is just leave it like this for a while, because I might think, yeah, you know what, it's alright, when you go through here you can't see the half slabs, so it's no problem. But then maybe from the outside it doesn't look too good as well. So I was thinking about like what alternatives could we do if we were to take these off. Then I myself wouldn't be too bothered by, you know, pigmen getting in my way, although saying that I'd probably get stopped like 3 or 4 times each journey, but yeah, that wouldn't bother me so much. And then the other idea is that we could actually lower this down by 1 block and have the tracks at the same level as the dirt, and then these half slabs would be at this height here, so they would just sort of run along the middle, which I think would look really cool, and I probably should have thought about that before I went too far into building this, but I think that's going to be compatible doing that with all of it except from the last part. So there's some minor modifications to the very last bit. That is another possibility as well, but at the moment I'm just going to leave it like this and get used to using this thing, and then I'll make up my mind. Well, that doesn't look too nice, does it? Yeah, that's going to annoy me. Okay, it's time to finish this station, and I've got a good idea on how this is going to work. We're going to have a button on this block here. I'm probably going to change that block. Depends what it looks like with a button on it. I don't have one in my inventory at the moment. So when we press that, it's going to power the dispenser. The dispenser will give us a minecart, and then this is going to run through an inverter and a bunch of repeaters. So then a few moments later it's going to turn on the pad rail that we're going to have right here. So that is really simple. We're going to press the button, the minecart's going to appear, we're going to right click on the minecart, and then a few moments later it is going to send us on our way. Now on the opposite side of the room I thought we could mirror it and have another button over here, and this one could go to a T flip-flop which just extends these 2 blocks here upwards, and then you'll be able to hop up and walk up on there or around this bit if you wanted to, and then that way we have a button on either side which keeps it nice and symmetrical, which you know I like. Okay, all of this here is now finished, and before I show you that, I just want to mention earlier in the video I talked about moving this wall back, and I didn't get around to trying that. And you know what, it's fine how it is. I don't think there's too much need to do that, and if we do, it means we can't use these blocks for redstone as well, which would be really annoying. But we've got a button on either side. I'm not going to show you the redstone for this one, you know what it does. It's just a T flip-flop, and that's the locking repeater one that I designed the other day. There you go, and then over on this side, real simple, this is the button on the other side of that block, so the redstone divides, it goes up to the top to power the dispenser, and then it goes down to the bottom here where it goes into these repeaters, and then we've got an inverter here because on the other side of that block is a torch and then one there, so this isn't powered at the moment, so we should give it a go and see how it is to use. I haven't tried this yet. There should be some minecarts in there. Yep, so we're going to right click on the button, then right click on the minecart, and then it's going to send us off. So that is this project finished, and it took a lot more time than I expected. I did want to go back to the arena and do some work on that, but that is pretty much all we have time for. But I am very pleased with how this has turned out. Last time we tried to do this, I don't know, I don't think it was the right day to do it, but this time we've done a really good job on the station here. And I was just thinking about the tube project in general. That has taken us about 27 episodes, I think, to finish, and we still have the thing with the half slabs to sort out, but now it is functional. I would consider it pretty much finished. And yeah, we started that on the 50th episode, and we've gone another 27. Time really does fly, I tell you that. And we're approaching 100 now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that. I do have some ideas, but who knows. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.